Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Dipankar and in this video we will be talking about Dataraptor load or Dataraptor post actions. So this is a type of Dataraptor which is used to insert or upsert the records into Salesforce. So let's quickly jump into Salesforce Omnistudio and do our hands-on. So I am in the Omnistudio application and I am already inside the Omnistudio Dataraptors. To create a new Dataraptor, we have to click on this new button and here we have to write our name. So let me name it as dr post or dr load account contact details, and here the interface type should be load means to save the data. The batch size it says the number of records processed per batch transaction. We can give it something or we can even skip it. So let's continue with the minimum configuration, right? So outputs should be always yes object since we are inserting or offsetting the records. For the input type, let's try with the json, right? And I'll click on save. So basically there are 5 tabs. The first type is the objects, and there are also formulas like the other data raptors like transforms and extract actions, and the fields and the preview. The objects we have to mention whatever the objects we are going to use to store our data into Salesforce. So let's say I am using account. So let's do with a simple example. And for the fields, we don't have any fields, but let me give some input for now. Let's say I'll give the name. We actually don't have an input and we'll get the input in a bit. Let's try with the minimum configurations. I think industry and maybe phone, right? And industry phone. So these are only details that we are going to take as input and store our data, right? So whether you can do it manually or you can use the quick match. So I hope you have watched my video in which I have explained the quick match, right? If not, you can go and watch that. For the industry, let's search for the industry, right? Drag and drop over here, and for the name, let's see the name, and for the phone, let's see if there is phone. Yeah, there is any phone also, right? So this is all the data that we need to give us, right? So let's create a new account. To create a new account, we have to go to preview. We have to enter our input. Let's say the account name should be demo account. The industry is a pick list field. Let me go and see what are the pick list fields available. Industry, let's give it other for now. Industry should be other, and phone should be, I think it needs 10 digits. Now it's 7, 8, 9 and 10, right? And now just click on execute, and just like that a account would have been created. Let's go and verify over here. Let's go to this account tab. Let's click on refresh. There should be a demo account. You can see it over here. And can we see the recently viewed? Yeah, it's created a demo account, and let's try to see if the industry is other or not. The industry is other over here, and the phone is also populated, right? And let's do another thing. Let's suppose we got this account ID, right? Let's try to do one offset operation, right? Instead of insert, let me keep the ID here as well. And we also have to map it, right? So to map it, let me copy this. Let's go to input json, paste it over here, click on quick match and click on auto match. ID has been populated over here. And the ID, if we are going to offset it, we have to write it, just check the checkbox offset key, right? and let's say I want to update into demo account update, so I can name it, and let's say I want to change to 242342 I can do that as well, and let's click on execute, and it again says the account has been executed. So let's try to refresh it to see if the account has been updated or not. So I'll just refresh the tab. You see the account name has been updated and 567 has been added to the last of the phone number. So basically we are able to update the data, right? Now the second thing is, let's try to update the account and contact as well. Now to update the contact, what I can do, I can add another object. If I want to update or insert a contact, I can search for contact and I'll click it here, and in the fields again we have to map it, right? So let's try to give it something like that. Let's try to give it as contact, right? And for the contact, let me try to give the first name, last name, first name, and again we want the last name, right? I think these are the bare minimum things that we need. Maybe we can give our phone, but let's skip that. Let's just insert a contact, right? Now let's quick match it and try with the auto match. This has been done. I'll click on save, right? And I think there has been a mistake. I'll copy this now. I'll go to preview, and the first name should be demo and the last name should be contact, right? And let's try to save it. And we can do another thing. Let's say we want to get the ID, right? So what we can do is, for the contact, if we have the ID, or let's say account ID, the account ID should be matched with the account ID, right? Let's quick match that as well. We'll give the account ID over here, right? And I'll paste the same account ID. And what it will do, it will create a demo contact and it will link into this account ID. That's what it should actually do. Let's try to execute this. So basically, if you see, it created a contact and it created an account. So if I come to here, if I click on contact, for this demo contact, it ideally should create one. It's not doing, but let's go to the contacts tab and see if the contact has been created or not. You can see this demo contact has been created, right? But the account name has not yet been populated. Maybe we have missed something, right? So if we go to these fields, we have seen for the contact we are mapping it to account ID, right? But in the preview, what we are doing is that we are giving it as ID. So there is a mistake in the input for JSON, right? Let's try to click execute again, and let's try to save, and let's close this one, and maybe we can refresh this tab. You can see this demo contact has been linked to this demo account, right? This is one way, and there is another way as well. So let's say I don't want this account ID to match with this, right? What I can do, and I remove this account ID over here. So now let me come to here, and you can see there is also something called as add link. In this add link, I can see the object field. If I want to link the contacts account to some account ID, you can see contacts account ID should be linked object. This linked object should be present above this contact. So now this linked object should be account. You get this account, and what this account ID should be, right? This account ID should be this ID of this account. So we can see set the ID over here, and here If I come to preview, I can also write is demo contact updated, right? And since we are not getting the ID, but this contact should be created over here. I actually this will not create, this actually will create a new contact because we are not offsetting it, right? So now let me click on new demo and contact. Let me contact 2 should be the last name. So what it will do in the contacts, it will create a new demo contact, and without mentioning the account ID, it will automatically link to this account. Let's try to execute this. You can see a new contact has been created, right? Let's come to here and let's try to refresh it, right? You can see new demo contact 2 has been created. So now this is one of the thing that we have seen with the bare minimum configuration to create multiple records, right? So let's do one thing. We can we have our Dataraptor transform over here, right? I'll copy this, and we also have the account ID and contact ID over here, right? So what we can do, we can try to do some offset operations over here. So I'll just remove everything. I'll go to fields, and from the quick match, let's try to remove everything, right? And the inputs, let's give our input JSON, right? And in the account and contact there has been no fields. I have given the inputs, right? And I'll just quick match it, and let's try to auto match, and let's try what's been removed. So contact details, contact ID, right? So let's give the contact ID over here. It's not coming. Let's say 2 space hyphen space C contact colon ID, right? It's coming over here. Account details shipping street. We don't need this. Maybe shipping street should always been there. Account shipping street. Did I copy this from? Okay, let me copy from here again and try. Let me click on save, or let me click on cancel and paste it over again, right? Now we have the shipping street. It should actually match. Let's try with the auto match. It matched a lot of things, but we still have this contact ID yet to be matched. So let's search for the contacts. Either we can scroll and match, or we can use the filter over here. So let's scroll for this time for the contact ID. This should be the thing. And created by name, current date time we don't need, shipping address we don't need since this was a formula, right? So I'll click on just save. So we have all the things over here, and we also have these things over here, and we can, it's now for our data is optional since we already have the data, right? If you see, we already have the contact details. We can mark it as offset if you want, right? And same for the account, let's mark it as offset. And one more thing, so now we want to update some data. You can see something wide name over here, so I can give as the first name as my name, and the last name is updated, right? And the contact name, it's not yet matched to anything. So the email, right, jsmith, let me change it to 001, and let's click on execute. So you can see there have been 10 contacts updated and also the account. So let's go to account. We should see for this WERER, it should be Dipankar updated, and the email should have been changed to jsmith001 for the John Smith. So let's come to here, and let's come here, and let's go to contacts, and let's try to refresh it first. And for the Dipankar updated has been over here, and the John Smith, let's see the John Smith, it's changed to 001. And for this we can also give some email as well and try if this has been updated or not. So let me give the email. Let me copy the email over here, and let me change the name, and I can also give the phone, right? and now it's been complete. Let's try to execute one more time. So its the execution has been completed, and now let's go to contacts. This email should be updated, and it actually did. So this is all about Dataraptor post action, or what you call Dataraptor load. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or queries, and thank you for watching the video.